What's up, guys? So you guys asked me to do a review on this upcoming week's price action, an outlook of sorts. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be taking a look at NQ, reviewing last week's price action as well as thoughts to come for this week. Last week you had me detail that we ran the external buy side liquidity over here, and the next step after that was to seek something internal, right? So the range that I'm paying attention to is the range high created after running this external buy side liquidity, as well as the range low created prior to running the external buy side liquidity, but also pairing it with a run on internal sell side liquidity, right? So everything up until this point where we ran the external buy side liquidity has been bullish. All of the price action has been supported and we've been trading up. Even if you look at the momentum at which we're trading up, you'll see that we lean more to the buy side, right? Post running this high, we're just taking a look at the candles which we formed over here, right? One specific thing that I like to pay attention to is the first PD array prior to running our targets, which was the external buy side liquidity. We've got this little fair value gap in here, which is at the high. If they intended for us to go higher, we would have found support at this fair value gap and not really trade through it. But you can see that we've kind of mitigated the upper 50% of that PD array, and we've fallen right through. I also discussed that we had the breaker block in here, being this candle that forms what would be considered as a bearish order block that has been reclaimed or traded through aggressively on this candle over here, the one that closes above it. Right, we've got the breaker block, which is marked out by this blue horizontal. Then we've got our inverted fair value gap in here, as well as our daily order block, which is this down close candle over here, which is not marked, but we'll do it for the sake of understanding. Right, the down close candle in here is our daily order block. Just mark that out for you. Right, it's our daily order block, and this up close candle over here is our daily mitigation block or breaker block. We'll just use that as a breaker block. Let's put that at the bottom. So we've got our mitigation block, we've got our breaker block, we've got our inverted fair value gap. But the main thing that I'm paying attention to is our PD arrays in and around that 50% level, or that level of equilibrium. We've got this major sell side inefficiency, buy side imbalance over here. If you take the low of this candle and the high of this candle and you extend that forward, you'll be able to see it. What I'm paying close attention to is the grading on that. So when we break our PD arrays or our imbalances specifically into quarters and we grade them using quarters, let me just extend these lines, right? And then just change the color on this. Right, so you can see it. I'll just remove these drawings for the sake of explaining. Paying close attention to the grading on that. That 50% level is usually one of the most sensitive areas where we'll generally find that price comes down, taps into it, and then trades away. But in this case, what we have here is we have us closing below that 50% level. In fact, we're closing on that 75% line, and we find us retracing back up into it. To me, this is an indication that price does actually eventually want to go lower. For today, it's Monday. Our news events as of currently, let me take a look at that. We don't really have much going on for this week besides unemployment claims on Thursday and flash manufacturing PMI, right? So paying close attention to the technicals, the fact that we're trading into that 50% level invertedly, we can lean towards price more so trading down. I think that we might aim for these lows in here. They're relatively equal. These in here. Might aim for those. We might come further down into the imbalance down here. It can really do anything that it wants to. But personally, I'm leaning more towards us seeing sells, more sells coming out. I want to see how we react at this 50% level for the day. I think once New York opens, we'll have a little bit more information to be honest, by Wednesday we should have, or by Tuesday close, we should have like a little bit more of an overall direction for the rest of the week. But anyway, these are my current thoughts for Nasdaq. I see us trading further down. A possible retracement could happen. I mean, from where we are currently to this inverted in here, but just the base of that, you don't really want to see it trade any further than that, and we could possibly see us come back down and violate these lows, if the intended purpose is that we're going up first. But yeah, that is it from me. Hopefully this is insightful. Feel free to leave any comments or to send me any messages.